If you're looking for the cheapest and most reliable Madden 22 coins on the market, check out my sponsor, MMOEXPR.com. Links are in the description, and use code JEDI at checkout for 5% off. Alrighty, hey there guys, Adrian DaCosta here, aka JediBro95, coming at you guys with another video. And in this video, guys, is going to be Madden 23 Wishlist Series, Episode 3. And in this video, guys, I'm going to be talking about bringing something back that I think should be back in basically all future Maddens. So a couple of things before we get into it. Yes, I know this is not a very good Madden 20 team, but I didn't play Madden 20 on PlayStation, on Xbox. I was actually on PlayStation still when this happened. So obviously, and I just downloaded Madden 20 just to see what it was like, yada, yada, yada. It is what it is, so I'm on Madden 20. This is what I basically concocted. So it is what it is. But two things also, another thing also is, thank you guys for 400 subscribers. I do appreciate every single one of you that have subscribed over the last few weeks, and days even, because we did gain about 5-6 subs over the past weekend. So if you guys are a new subscriber, first of all, let me just say, please, I do appreciate every single one of you. Second of all, if you guys are not subscribed to the channel, because there's about 86% of you that are not, if you guys could go ahead and take a second, hit the subscribe button for me, that would be very, very appreciated. As well as you could hit the like button on this video to help get it out there and help the channel grow. That would be oh so fantastic. But anyways, guys, so let's talk about something that I think should be in Madden 23, and I think that should be sticking around in future Maddens for the rest of time. And in my opinion, it is the scheme chemistries. So what do I mean by the scheme chemistries? Well, for scheme chems, if you did play Madden 21 or even all Maddens before, these scheme chems right here. You see, you got your scheme chems, you got your balanced power run, zone run, go deep, west coast, play fake, and they all present different types of upgrades, right? And in my opinion, I think they should return to Madden 23. I don't think these were a problem. In my personal opinion, I think that these were fine. The biggest problem, in my personal opinion, was the physical chems. And I would just say, straight up, don't bring back physical chems at all. Like, don't bring back physical chemistries. There's no need to keep them in the game, in my personal opinion. So with that being said, the scheme chems, in my opinion, were amazing. You know, you can make your different scheme however you want. You can have one player. You know, you could have one entire scheme based around one specific type of offense, or you can have multiple people doing different things. Like, for example, for me on Madden 22, on Madden 21, I know for a fact I had a 50 out of 50 play fake and 50 out of 50 balance or power. It was power run, I think. 50 out of 50 power run by the end of the year. And in my opinion, that was fine because it gave you different ways to customize your lineups in order to make your scheme a little bit more detailed, right? Like, you could have receivers you could have your receivers and quarterback on play fake because it gives you +1 to route running, +1 to pass to medium accuracy, yada yada yada, throw on the run, play action, all this stuff. And even though it goes up to 30 in this game, it does go up to 50 in Madden 22 or 21, which is nice. So, you know, having these extra chems can just be so helpful for your team because it can make things differently. You know, you could have, you know, your receivers on, like, you know, go deep, for example, which was a very popular one last year, giving you deep accuracy and deep route running, spec catch, throw power, all of that stuff. You know, you got +2 spec, +2 throw power, +2 medium, and +2 deep accuracy. All that stuff was neat. I think personally that they should return. You also have for the defensive ones, we can go over, look at Alex Ogletree's card here, whatever. Let's just upgrade the scheme chemistry slot. You have things like run stuff, pass rush, lockdown, balance D, and I'm pretty sure, I think that was actually it. There wasn't very many for the defensive ones. But hey, pass rush, you know, lockdown, I mean, getting +2 to man and zone coverage was pretty great because it worked on all players. Everybody got a benefit too, which is one of the things I don't like about this strategy item system that they have for Madden 22 is the fact that they have, what's it called? They basically have it to where, you know, it only works on you can only have it for specific positions. Like, you can't benefit your entire team. And that does kind of suck because later on in the game, it forces you to have to pick up different strategy items for those cards, right? And those strategy items in turn cost a bunch of coins because you have to go into training, you have to go into the store, buy a bunch of the strategy item packs, exchange those, hope you get lucky and get the one you want, and then put that in your lineup. And sometimes you won't even get that. Sometimes you might just not even get that item. Whereas with this, you can just change it willy-nilly. You can just get, like, say, for example, 15 training, we craft lockdown chem. Boom, we have lockdown. And then, you know, as we continue to put it up and up and up, and we get it higher and higher and higher, then all of a sudden we go up to 30 lockdown. Now we have +2 man, +2 zone, +2 tackle, +2 press, +2 catch, +2 play rec. And we can just change our lineups that way. So say, for example, you know, once we have the 30 lockdown, for example, let's say we want to change it now. Maybe we want to put our linebackers a defensive line on run stuff. Okay, no problem. It's just simple. Refund the chem. You get 13 training back, and then you could just add run stuff again. I think this would be great. Bring this back. A lot of people, I don't think, had a problem with this. I personally think this was a fine. I think this was fine last year. The only problem I had with the chemistry system is it wasn't unique. It wasn't different. It had the same generic ones on every single team. And I think that's part of the next thing I'm going to say is experiment with these, okay? Do different types of things. What do I mean by that? So, for example, you see certain players, like let's go back to the Terrell Owens, for example, right? Let's go back to Terrell Owens. You see he has San Francisco 49ers team chem, right? So say for this team chem, when you have the team chemistry for the San Francisco 49ers, Terrell Owens, now you look at these chemistries. I talked about this, and I talked about this last year. You know, each team should have their own separate play, own separate scheme chem. Like, for example, the zone run scheme chem for the Niners, I think this is the perfect the way it is. Elusiveness, carrying, spin move, and all that stuff. But go deep, I would think deep route running, maybe some medium accuracy, maybe some, you know, throw under pressure, I think would be another one that they could upgrade for the Niners. If they were to do it that way. Play fake, you know, play action. Run blocking, I think, would be another one as well. Run block power, run block finesse. You know, play fake, in other words. Also, like, maybe, for example, you know, what's another attribute that I'm trying to think of? Medium accuracy would be, medium accuracy is already here. Maybe short accuracy for the play action, for the play fake one. You know, balanced offense. Obviously, you could, like, I would just say, just make it tailored to what each team's individual scheme is in real life, right? Like, say, for example, you can go to my Seahawks. Now you go for the Seahawks, and then you go, say, zone run. Maybe you have, like, you know, a trucking upgrade instead of a juke move or a spin move. Maybe you have run block power instead of run block finesse. Maybe you have plus, you know, for... What am I trying to say here? For the, I'm trying to remember all the running back stats. I gotta check out Jeremy. Fuck, that's right, I can't, because he's not very good. But you get what I mean. Like, you know, even for, like, zone run for, like, even, like, the Chiefs, maybe have, like, +1 to carrying, +2 to, like, juke move, +4 to, like, what's another one? Change of direction. I think that's probably what I'm looking for here. Yeah, like play fake. Maybe have like throw power, deep accuracy, especially deep accuracy on the Kansas City Chiefs. Go deep. You probably have the similar stuff, but have like, instead of like, say for example, beat press, or say for example, spec catch. Maybe you have break sack, or not break sack. Maybe you have throw under pressure, or maybe you have throw on the run. You know, just different things that the Chiefs do when they throw up a deep pass down the field in their schemes, right? Just, you know, stuff of that nature I think would be interesting to see. Personalize it for each team. You could still keep the generic ones of these by no means, like no problem. I think you could still keep the generic go deep, play fake, all that stuff. However, I think, you know, for team stuff, I think you could definitely experiment with that a little more, because, you know, when it comes to the theme teams, I think there needs to be more creation or more innovation for theme teams. Also, continuing on with chemistries, go past 50 for theme teams. Like, as soon as you get to 50, there's really no other motivation to pick up any more players for that theme team. So if you go up to things like 60, maybe 60 out of 50, if maybe 60 out of 60, I mean, is when you get the final +1 to speed. Maybe you go plus, you know, Maybe you add like at 15, you get like a +1 change of direction. At 20, you get +1 agility. 25, you get +1 excel. And at 30, you get +1 speed. So if you go 30 out of 50 or 30 out of 60, you get the +1 speed. And then at 60 out of 60 is where you get the +2. Again, just make it to where people who have pure theme teams and are willing to be a pure theme team player, because, you know, those people should be rewarded, because those guys are something, right? That means they have to suffer with bad cards for a while until they get the card that they desperately need. Like, I know for a fact with Russell Wilson for the Seahawks theme team, I had to suffer with his quarterback card for like 3 extra months before we got the playoff Russell Wilson legend card. So I personally think that those type of people should definitely be rewarded that do pure theme teams. Those guys are troopers, those guys are warriors, those guys are smart people, and they definitely need to be rewarded for their desire to handicap themselves, basically, because you're playing at a handicap when playing at a theme team for the most part, because you're having to wait until you get another card for that specific team, for that specific player, before you can even upgrade it, right? Before you can even upgrade the card or getting another player that gets for that card. So that's why I say I think theme teams should be expanded more, give them up to 60. You know, I understand you could definitely do, like, I can understand then you're probably thinking, well, then how are you going to be able to, for example, make it to where you, what's the word I'm looking for? Have the 60 out of 60 on day one. Well, that's the thing. The two things. One, you don't get 60 out of 60 on day one. You have to wait. I think 60 out of 60 should not be, for a pure theme team, should not be achieved until about the season kicks off, because then we have Ultimate Kickoff promo and stuff like that nature. But then you could also say, well, then make it to where these base cards, like say, for example, let me find a base card here, like a Core Silver or something like that. I know I have one on this squad. Yeah, Zach Pascal. Let's say he had different teams, right? Let's say he was on, like, the Patriots, for example. Well, his core card should be the beginning of his power-up, right? Like, it should be the start of his power-up, and you just go that way. That way you get all the team chems immediately on the card itself, and you're not having to wait until the player in question, like, for example, for myself, I had to wait till Mark Glowinski I got a power-up to put him on the Seahawks team, because he wouldn't get Seahawks chemistry until then anyways. Or even with Bruce Irvin is another one that I had to wait for. For example, what's another one that, oh my goodness, Jimmy Graham, I think. Yeah, Jimmy Graham was one I had to wait for. We only had to wait a few weeks, but Jimmy Graham was the card I had to wait for to get a upgrade, to get a veterans card or whatever in order to get his card to power him up. So there was that problem, but it's just, to me, like, it would help the game out so much if we did that for lineup creation. Like, if we were able to make core cards the start of the power-ups and just go from there. If we were able to bring back the old chemistry system, and if we were also able to make it to where we can change up our regular scheme chems that we have on the fly. But other than that, guys, that is going to do it for the video. I know it has been a couple of days since I've uploaded, and I do apologize for that. But if you guys did enjoy the video, hit the like button below, and subscribe once again if you guys are new. It is free. You can always unsub at any time. And with that, I'll see you guys in the next video. I'm out. Peace.